Hey, it's Deborah from Create with Compassion. I'm excited to share with you a card created using the shaving cream technique for the background. Please visit my blog, createwithcompassion.com, for more information. Using a styrofoam plate, I'm just going to put that foamy type of shaving cream into the middle of it. Then using my spatula, I'm going to just kind of smooth it out all along the bottom of the plate. I'm going to add a few drops of Catalina Splash liquid color throughout my shaving cream, and then using the spatula I'm going to blend that in, making kind of some lines across it. I'm going to make a portrait layout on my card, and so I want the lines to go across. I'm going to blend it slightly less than what I want to see on my card. I want a little bit of that white to show through. Then I'm going to add just a few drops of lemon drop liquid color because I want a little bit of that yellow color, and where it does blend well will give me a little bit of green as well. So I'm just going to move this around until I have it exactly kind of the way I think I would like it to be on my card. I'd like to encourage you to also try this technique using color splashes, the silks, and just any liquidy type of color. Now I've got a piece of whipped cream cardstock, and I'm going to set that down into my shaving cream, and I'm going to just press it in there good and rub around so that there's good contact of the shaving cream with my cardstock. Then I will carefully just lift that up out of the shaving cream, move the plate to the side. I'm going to place this cardstock with the shaving cream side up onto a paper towel. Then using the spatula, I'm going to scrape the shaving cream off and put it back onto the plate. You can create multiple backgrounds using the shaving cream that you have left over. You can add a little more color depending on how much you blend it. You can have more of a solid color, or if you like having that white showing through, just get creative and have fun adding more colors or just blending what you have left there. I'm going to remove all of the shaving cream that I can using my spatula. There's a small area at the bottom left corner that I just want to add a little more color there, so I'm just going to add a little more shaving cream, press it in there good, and then scrape that off as well. And you can see it did add a little bit of color, but not too much. It's perfect now. I'm going to take my paper towel there and just fold it up so that the mess does not get onto my cardstock and I have a clean area to work with. Then using a dry paper towel, I'm just going to remove all of this shaving cream residue that's left on top of my cardstock. I'm going to wipe that clean as well as along the edges of my cardstock. This is going to help prepare it for stamping as well as keep my fingers clean. Going to set that aside and then clean the spatula really well. I'm using black licorice ink to ink up the sentiment that says, "This isn't just a card, it's a hug in an envelope," from the Inside and Out stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that kind of in the upper left hand corner of this whipped cream cardstock. Then I'm going to bring in the beautiful butterfly from Small Things stamp set and ink that up with the black licorice ink and stamp that up right to the right side of that sentiment. This is going to be the inside panel of my card. Use black licorice ink to stamp the same butterfly onto the bottom left corner of an envelope, a piece of whipped cream cardstock so that it can be colored and cut out, as well as a piece of pool play cardstock that was die cut using the third oval die from the Journey Ovals die set. Notice the butterfly is stamped towards the right side of that oval. Journey Color Burst pencils number 2, 10, and 16 were used to color this butterfly. I will be using pencil numbers 16, 21, 32, and 42 for this butterfly. Starting with number 16, using a circular motion, I'm going to begin near the body, working my way out and going slightly beyond what I would like to have yellow. Then using number 21 with a circular motion, I'm going to overlap slightly with the yellow color and extending a little bit beyond as I work my way out. Then I would like to have green. Then using number 32, I'll use a circular motion and just finish up the butterfly wings, overlapping slightly with that green. Then I will go back using the green to blend in the colors there, adding a little more intensity, as well as go back with the yellow, blend those colors in, and add a little more intensity as well. I will continue that process with all of the colors until I am satisfied with my butterfly. The body of the butterfly is colored using pencil number 42. I colored the butterfly on the envelope using the same pencil numbers with a very light touch. I am also going to color the butterfly on the inside panel of the card using the same pencil numbers and the same fashion as that first butterfly. I'm going to fussy cut this butterfly out with my detailed pro shears. I'm going to keep the paper near the base of my scissors and move the paper as I cut. I don't really move the scissors. I'm cutting the legs and antenna off, so there's no need to cut around those. I won't be putting a partially colored butterfly onto my card. This butterfly was only partially colored to show the coloring process and to save time. Here's what the fully colored and cut out butterfly looks like. I have a standard size Catalina Splash card base. I sponged the edges of the inside panel with Catalina Splash ink. I'm sorry that did not get recorded. Simply tap a sponge onto the ink pad, then swipe it along the edges. With adhesive on the back, center the panel for the inside of your card. Stamp Thinking of You from the Inside and Out stamp set with black licorice ink in the upper left hand corner of that beautiful background piece that we created using the shaving cream technique. To adhere the colored butterfly to the oval, simply place adhesive covering the wings and the body portion of the butterfly on the oval. Then simply place your colored butterfly onto the oval and press firmly. Adhere a strip of black licorice sparkle tape about 1.25 inches or so up from the very bottom of that beautiful background panel. Fold the extra sparkle tape onto the back of the cardstock, or using scissors trim off the extra pieces on each side. Adhere this background panel centered to a piece of black licorice cardstock. I'm going to add some brushed silver staples to each side of this sparkle tape using the Journey Day stapler. Once you staple, you do want to take that lever that you squeeze and just extend it until it clicks, so that you know it's re-engaged and ready to do your second staple. I'm going to use a strip of white liner tape along the middle of my oval because it is a stronger adhesive, and this will be on top of my black licorice sparkle tape. Then I'll add a little more of the Easy Glide adhesive to the wings and oval, and then I will peel off that white liner backing and adhere the oval and butterfly to the right side over on top of the black licorice sparkle tape. I'm going to shake up some sparkle silk so I can add some shimmer and shine to my butterfly. I'm going to use the brush here just to add my sparkle silk directly to my butterfly. If you don't want such an intense amount of sparkle, you can dab a little bit onto a block or a clear sheet, add a little bit of water, and use a paintbrush to add it to the butterfly wings. I'm going to add some sparkle silk throughout this front panel by tapping on the lid. I used the Pink World and Blue Skies Journey sequence on the landscape version of this card, and for the portrait version I'm going to use the Blue Skies Journey sequence. I'm just going to pick out 3 sequins that are different sizes, and I'm using more of the darker blue ones. To adhere the journey sequence to my card, I'm going to use the Journey Craft glue. It does dry clear, so I don't need to worry about that. I've got a pretty good dab there for the largest sequin, and I'm going to use the kind of dental pick looking type adapter for the Journey Bloom tool so that I can really press the journey sequin into the glue so that it gets a good grip on it. I will repeat that process for all of my journey sequins. I'm going to kind of spread them out on this card front. It would have been best to adhere the sequins to my card front after I had adhered it to the card base, but since I did not, I will simply put some medium-sized journey foam squares onto my card base itself and then adhere the card front to the card base itself. I'm going to press down where the foam squares are so it will adhere nicely, being careful not to mess up my journey sequins that are not dry yet. Here's a look at both completed cards. I love how changing the layout from landscape to portrait gives it a different look and feel, as well as changing up the color scheme and using a few different products like black licorice tape instead of the Pool Play sparkle tape. I also like how just using some different color sequins gives it a different pop of color there. If I can assist you with anything FSJ, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can visit my blog, createwithcompassion.com, for a list of all products used as well as dimensions. Have an awesome day.